is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I'm covering this article from Uproxx. I've never heard of them, but apparently it's a pretty interesting article from October 9th, pretty recent, and it says, Esmé Bianco's lawsuit against Marilyn Manson will move forward thanks to a judge's ruling. Now what I want to know is, how do you actually make this case more than he said, she said? So she's going to bring up a bunch of things that happened allegedly in the past. He'll deny them, and I guess basically the jury and judge is just going to decide who they think is right. She has a photo she used. It was apparently not quite real. She's been called out on the timeline of it, where she did a red carpet walk without those marks that were on the date of the photo. So she really has pretty much nothing. So it should be interesting. Earlier this year, Game of Thrones actress Esmé Bianco revealed that her past relationship with Marilyn Manson almost destroyed her. In a profile from New York Magazine, she spoke about the emotional and physical abuse she endured and about receiving help from Manson's former assistant, Jessica Walters, and a former member of his inner circle who corroborated her claims. 2 months later, she filed a lawsuit against Manson and lodged human trafficking and abuse allegations against him as well. Manson attempted to get her lawsuit thrown out on the grounds of statute of limitations, but his motion was recently denied, which is the big news here. Now, the thing I always ask is, why go to New York Magazine? Why not keep it all behind the scenes with the authorities, with the lawyers, with the courts, and hope it doesn't leak out? That's what I don't like. That's what I find suspicious, like when Evan Rachel Wood went to Instagram, Amber Heard goes to the New York Post. I mean, come on, keep it behind closed doors. Are you trying to really get emotional satisfaction, or are you trying to do something out in public, get public opinion, make a big thing out of it, get attention? Which one is it? In other words, it doesn't sound like something that the real deal case would do. A U.S. District Court judge ruled that Bianco's lawsuit against Manson can move forward. The decision came in a written statement that was provided by Deadline. A reasonable jury could find that the effects of Warner's alleged unconscionable acts, including the perceived threat to plaintiff's safety, immigration status, and career, persisted years after her last contact with Warner, the judge wrote. They also requested that Manson provide a formal response to each of the accusations Bianco made in her lawsuit within 14 days. So this article is from the 9th, and we should get that formal response pretty soon. Bianco also delivered a response to the ruling. My hope is that this ruling empowers other survivors to pursue justice for themselves while signaling to abusers that they cannot bully victims into silence, she said in a statement. The judge's decision comes after a separate lawsuit for sexual assault against Manson was dismissed due to the statute of limitations. However, the victim, a woman who was anonymously identified as Jane Doe, was granted 20 days to refile the lawsuit with more details in order to be considered for a future case, an opportunity she went through with. Now, here's another thing I find suspicious that might be slightly controversial for some people. I think you should want to get your justice first. And when that happens, you can make a statement afterward that this is good for other abuse victims. I hope other people come out. I don't really like the position that you're a white knight, that you're a paladin, that you're just doing this to fight for others. I thought this was a traumatic experience you went through. It hurt you. You're really having a hard time personally because of it. And it's not something that for me, I would put other people and, the masses in front of my own personal feelings about it. That would come after. After you have a successful court case, you say, look, I got my justice, I went through this, now that it's all over, hopefully this influences more people to come out. It just feels backwards to me. I've never been a serious victim of abuse. I can't say for sure. Just again, it seems like a white knight move, a pure paladin move, a virtue signal, making it look like to the judge that I'm doing this for the greater good of everybody, judge. Look at me, I'm a good person. Not, hey, judge, look at the facts. I was abused. I want justice. I've been through this thing. And then after that, like I said, go for helping everyone. But that's my personal opinion. That's how I feel about it. That seems like it would make sense. Most people think of themselves first, and they think of other people afterwards, obviously. But it seems like human instinct to take care of your own issues beforehand. Okay, I think I said that like 3 or 4 times because I just feel strongly about it. This is gonna be, I guess, a pretty big case coming up. I mean, if it's gonna go to court, I'm very interested to see how the details will work out. Because unlike with Depp vs. Heard, and Johnny Depp has audio against Amber, Johnny Depp has video against Amber, Johnny Depp has a line of witnesses against Amber, nobody on Amber's side is coming out and defending Amber. So what are the accusers gonna have here against Manson? No video, no audio. It looks like they've got a few witnesses, but not so many, and he will probably have his own witnesses. So it just feels like, as far as tangible conversation, an uphill battle for them, because there's nothing they have yet that's actually materialized. And for me, just words alone can sometimes be convincing, but that only goes so far. You guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. I'll have a video on Marilyn Manson selling his mansion coming up, probably a couple of videos after this, maybe in about 24 hours, and a little more on Amber, of course. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you don't subscribe, well, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.